The Forbidden Forest. In the sun-dappled village of Meadowbrook, nestled beside a whispering forest and a babbling brook, lived 4 friends. Ilara, the dreamer with eyes the color of amethysts. Finn, the tinkerer with hands that could coax magic from metal. Willow, the storyteller whose voice wove tales that painted the air. And Bram, the quiet observer, whose keen eyes missed nothing. Meadowbrook was a place of simple joys. Children played in the fields, helping hands tended the gardens, and the evenings were filled with the warmth of shared stories and laughter. But lately, a shadow had fallen upon the village. The ancient oak tree that stood at the heart of Meadowbrook, the old mother oak, the very soul of their home, was sick. Its leaves were turning brown and brittle, its mighty branches drooped, and its once vibrant aura had dimmed to a faint whisper. The villagers tried everything. They brought the wisest healers from neighboring towns. They offered prayers to the forest spirits, and they tended to the old mother oak with the utmost care. But nothing seemed to work. Despair began to creep into Meadowbrook, threatening to extinguish the joy that had once flourished there. Ilara, Finn, Willow, and Bram watched with heavy hearts as their beloved village withered. One evening, huddled beneath the fading light of the old mother oak, Ilara sighed. There must be something we can do. We can't just let her die. Finn, ever the optimist, nodded. We have to try. But what? The healers have tried everything they know. Willow, always seeking answers in stories, chimed in. I remember my grandmother telling a tale about the whispering springs, hidden deep within the forbidden forest. She said the water held the power to heal even the most grievous wounds. But what? Asked Bram, his voice soft but firm. But the forbidden forest is called that for a reason. Legend says it's filled with creatures and enchantments meant to keep outsiders from its secrets. Willow shivered. A long silence followed. The forbidden forest was a terrifying prospect, but the thought of losing the old mother oak was even more unbearable. Ilara, her amethyst eyes shining with determination, spoke first. We have to go. We have to find the Whispering Springs. Finn, never one to back down from a challenge, nodded readily. I'll build us something to help us navigate. Maybe a compass that points towards healing, or a shield to protect us from danger. Willow, though still apprehensive, recognized the spark of hope in her friend's eyes. I'll bring my stories. They might distract the creatures of the forest, or offer us guidance when we're lost. Bram, as always, remained calm and observant. I'll watch for danger, and I'll remember everything so we can find our way back. And so, the 4 friends, armed with courage, ingenuity, stories, and watchful eyes, prepared for their journey into the forbidden forest. The next morning, as the sun painted the sky with hues of rose and gold, they stood at the edge of the forest, where the trees grew thick and twisted, and the air hummed with an unnatural stillness. Finn had crafted a magnificent compass, its needle spun from polished silver, always pointing towards the direction of the Whispering Springs. He had also built a small, lightweight shield, reinforced with enchanted metal, that could deflect minor spells and protect them from thorny bushes. Willow carried her grandmother's ancient storybook, its pages filled with tales of brave heroes and magical creatures. Bram carried a pouch filled with dried herbs, each chosen for its protective properties, and his eyes scanned the surrounding woods, alert to any sign of danger. Their journey began. The forbidden forest lived up to its name. Shadows danced in the periphery, whispering voices echoed through the trees, and strange creatures with glowing eyes watched them from the darkness. Finn's compass led them deeper and deeper, through thorny thickets and across moss-covered streams. One day, they encountered a grumpy gnome guarding a bridge made of tangled roots. He refused to let them pass, demanding a riddle be solved. Willow, with her vast knowledge of stories, stepped forward and posed a riddle from an ancient legend. The gnome, thoroughly stumped, reluctantly allowed them to cross. Another time, they stumbled upon a field of shimmering flowers that emitted a hypnotic scent. Ilara, with her strong will and connection to nature, sensed the danger and warned her friends. Together, they held their breath and rushed through the field, resisting the flowers' allure. Bram's keen observation proved invaluable. He spotted camouflaged creatures, avoided treacherous pitfalls, and recognized dangerous plants, guiding them safely through the most perilous sections of the forest. As they ventured further, Finn's inventions were put to the test. His shield deflected stinging nettles and guarded them from mischievous sprites who tried to lead them astray. His compass, though tested by the forest's magic, never wavered, always guiding them towards the Whispering Springs. Finally, after days of relentless travel, they arrived at their destination. Hidden within a clearing, surrounded by towering trees and bathed in ethereal light, lay the Whispering Springs. The water shimmered with an otherworldly glow, and a soft melodic hum emanated from its depths. Ilra scooped up some of the water in a vial Finn had prepared. It felt strangely powerful in her hands, as if holding the very essence of life. They knew they had to hurry back to Meadowbrook. The journey back was even more challenging. The forest, sensing their purpose, seemed to fight them at every turn. But the friends pressed on, drawing strength from their shared goal and their unwavering belief in each other. Finally, exhausted but triumphant, they emerged from the forbidden forest, blinking in the bright sunlight. They rushed back to Meadowbrook, where the villagers were gathered around the old mother oak, their faces etched with despair. Ilara carefully poured the water from the Whispering Springs onto the tree's roots. A hush fell over the crowd as everyone watched with bated breath. Slowly, miraculously, the old mother oak began to respond. The brown leaves regained their vibrant green hue. The drooping branches lifted towards the sky, and a warm golden light emanated from its trunk. The tree, once on the brink of death, was alive again. A cheer erupted from the villagers of Meadowbrook. They celebrated the bravery and selflessness of Ilara, Finn, Willow, and Bram, who had risked everything to save their home. The story of their journey spread far and wide, inspiring children in neighboring villages to follow their example. Whenever a friend was in need, or a community faced a challenge, the children would remember the story of the 4 friends of Meadowbrook and find the courage to act. They organized cleanup campaigns, volunteered in soup kitchens, and stood up for those who were being bullied. They learned that even the smallest act of kindness could make a difference, and that together they could overcome any obstacle. And so, the village of Meadowbrook, once shadowed by despair, became a beacon of hope and inspiration, proving that even the youngest among us can be heroes, if they dare to believe in themselves and work together for the greater good. The old mother oak, now healthier than ever, stood tall and strong, a living testament to the power of friendship, courage, and a little bit of magic. And the tale of the 4 friends who saved it was told and retold, reminding everyone that true heroism lies not in grand gestures, but in the simple act of caring.